This is Afternoon Sports Slay with the Queen, Micah K. Okay, so let's get into the Last Dance documentary. That is it. The Last Dance was really good. Now, what I took away from it right out the gate would definitely have to be MJ and his confidence. MJ had supreme confidence. His confidence was through the roof. He had more confidence than anybody else. Like, his confidence was superior, okay? He believed in himself so much, and that's what sports is all about. It's like your belief, your mental game got to be on a whole nother level. And MJ's mental game was on a whole nother level. It even showed you with episodes 9 and 10 that Reggie Miller confidence was great. That's why he was such a great player, and he is a Hall of Famer. But nobody's confidence compared to MJ's confidence. That's what it really shows you, really throughout the whole Last Dance documentary. Another thing that really stood out to me once again is Phil Jackson. Phil Jackson had the ability to make sure that the players will buy into the system at all times. So Phil Jackson, that really stood out to me because just how great he was as a coach. And it definitely needs to be recognized, because in order for you to get those rings, you have to have somebody great leadership to be able to put the pieces to the puzzle correctly, okay? That's another thing that really stood out to me throughout the documentary, not just episodes 9 and 10. Now, another thing I would say really quickly was the Utah Jazz really didn't have no match for the Bulls, to me, in my opinion. That's my opinion. They really didn't. I mean, some people could say, oh, they was close, but it really wasn't. It really wasn't. Also, Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr to me is basically like, listen, he's one of the most impactful and significant players because you need quality role players, great role players. A lot of times, especially when you get into the MJ versus Bron debates, a lot of people kind of really gloss over the fact about the role players. And yes, The Last Dance was about Michael Jordan, but it was also about the team, the organization, and the players. And it was highlighted because in order for Michael Jordan to get all them rings, he needed a great organization, he needed a great team, and he needed a great coach, okay, to get him to the promised land, to get those 6 rings. So without a Steve Kerr, there would be no rings. Without a John Paxson, there would be no rings. Without a Scottie Pippen, there would be no rings. Without a Luke, there would be no rings. Without a Tony Kukoc, I could go on and on, okay? That's what it's letting you know in this documentary, The Last Dance. It's highlighting everybody's role and how important everybody's role was in order to get what they needed to get. Even though MJ was the one, in order to be great and keep your greatness, you have to have great people around you. And that's what Scottie Pippen was talking about. He basically said, I got to play with a great player in Michael Jordan, the greatest player. That's his words. I got to play with a great coach in Phil Jackson, and I had a great GM. Now, mind you, Scotty and Jerry didn't get along like that. We know that already. And in episode 10, at the end, it showed you how Jerry basically broke up the whole team. Scotty got traded. He dipped. Rodman was gone. Jordan went back into retirement. Okay, they replaced the great coach Phil Jackson. So it was just crazy altogether. But it's a lot of layers and levels to everything. Another thing that I will address, and I'm going to go, talk about this more in depth on my live show. I will be doing IG live soon. Just trying to get a little bit more followers, get that up, because that's basically geared. My IG live is geared towards sports and business only, okay, on that page. But I'm going to start doing Facebook and IG lives. Now, so another thing that I will address, but I'm going to go more in depth on my live, is this documentary really didn't change anything for me. And I know some of you probably like, oh, okay. But no, this documentary didn't change anything for me. MJ is great. First and foremost, let me say this: he changed the game. His impact, just his influence on the culture. Him being a black man, I can't take anything away from him. But LeBron is still my GOAT. That's how I look at it. And that leads me to GOAT Talk Tuesdays. I will be highlighting again LeBron, just giving you another part as to why I feel like LeBron is the GOAT. Then I'm also going to do some more boxing talk as well. But I really enjoyed The Last Dance. I'm so thankful that it came out at this time, especially during the pandemic. I feel like sports fans needed something, in particular basketball fans. Everybody loves MJ. Now, we might have a matter of difference of opinion of who we believe the GOAT is, but at the end of the day, everybody knows MJ is great. Cannot take that away. MJ is great. And just his marketing, the branding, his shoes. I can't sit up here and never say that. In my life, I have so many, excuse me, I'm about to say MJ, so many Jordan shoes, okay? But great, great, great. Now, I'm done. I got a new segment on the way. Be on the lookout for that. But this is Afternoon Sports Slay with the Queen, Micah K. So I need you to subscribe, hit that like button, hit that notification bell. I'm out.